The Minister sir is almost here. In about 5 minutes, they'll be here. So thanks. I know I said 5 minutes earlier, but traffic is unpredictable. So आपका खूब खूब धन्यवाद. 5 मिनट में हम program hopefully start करेंगे. Thank you. For waiting. We are ready to start. आपका Vibrant Gujarat Regional Summit में बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. I am sure कि आप आज बहुत सारे special knowledgeable sessions के साथ यहाँ से ज्ञान के साथ वापस जाएंगे. Thank you very much. Just two lines on Gujarat. Gujarat is India's fisheries powerhouse, contributing significantly to national marine production, seafood exports, coastal employment, and aquaculture innovation. As India, our country pushes towards a sustainable and technology-driven blue economy, we welcome all our guests, distinguished guests. We'll soon be joined by Minister Sir and Mr. Arun Kumar. Till then, we would be starting, and we would like to welcome आपकी जोरदार तालियों के साथ Mr. S.P. Thakkar, retired IAS, and I request Vijay Kharadi ji to kindly do the needful. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. I request Shri Jayesh Turania to give a welcome bouquet to Shri Vijay Kharadi himself. Requesting Mr. M.D. Thanki to give a bouquet to Ms. Nu Yang, Chief Operating Officer from South Korea. Thank you very much, ma'am, for gracing the occasion. Requesting Shri M.K. Chaudhary ji to kindly give a bouquet to Anil Kumar, JD Marketing, Empeda. Thank you. I request Jignesh Goyal to kindly give a welcome bouquet to Yeshika Malik, Climate Change Specialist from World Bank. Thank you, Ms. Malik, for being here and your time. Requesting Tushar Purohit to kindly give a bouquet to Vivek Prasad ji from Knowledge, who's a Knowledge and Innovation Officer. Also requesting R.P. Sakrelia ji, Deputy Director of Fisheries, to give away the bouquet to Prithvi Shankar ji, Investment Analyst. Thank you very much, सारे ही distinguished guests का यहाँ आने के लिए. I wish you all the best for today's sessions. I would like to request Vijay Kharadi ji to kindly come up for a welcome address, please.
Thank you so much, and warm welcome to Kutch and Saurashtra Regional Vibrant Summit. Very good morning to all the distinguished dignitaries, senior officials, industry leaders, domain experts, representative of coastal communities, academia, and other esteemed participants of this Regional Vibrant Gujarat Summit here in Rajkot. It is my privilege to warmly welcome you all to this important session on Gujarat at the rate 2047, unlocking the potential of a resilient blue economy. I thank each one of you for taking the time to be part of this forward-looking dialogue. As India moves steadily towards the Viksit Bharat at 2047, the vision of becoming a developed nation places sustainable resilience and inclusiveness at the center of our growth strategy. In this journey, the blue economy has emerged as a powerful framework that enables economic development while ensuring the responsible and sustainable use of marine and coastal resources. For Gujarat, this is not merely a sectoral opportunity, but a natural extension of our geography, history, and economic strengths. Gujarat has the largest coastline in the country, spanning nearly 2,360 kilometers, and this coastline has been a source of livelihoods, trade, and cultural exchange for centuries. Today, state accounts for a significant share of India's fishery production and is home to a vibrant fishing and aquaculture community. Our ports, both major and non-major, handle the highest cargo volumes in India and serve as a critical gateways for national and global trade. This journey together position Gujarat as a natural leader in India's blue economy journey. The concept of a resilient blue economy goes beyond growth alone. It calls for a development model that balances economic expansion with ecological sustainability and climate resilience. Coastal ecosystems such as mangroves, coral reefs, and marine biodiversity play a crucial role in protecting shorelines, supporting fisheries, and mitigating the impacts of climate change. Strengthening this ecosystem while enabling sustainable economic activity is central to our long term vision. The government of Gujarat has been working consistently to strengthen the fisheries and coastal economy through policy support, infrastructure development, and technology adoption. Initiatives to modernize fishing harbors, promote deep sea fishing, expand mariculture and seaweed cultivation, and improve cold chain and processing facilities are aimed at enhancing fishers' income and creating value across the supply chain. At the same time, efforts are being made to promote responsible fishing practices, resource conservation, and community participation. Looking ahead to 2047, Gujarat envisions a blue economy that is diversified, technology driven, and inclusive. Emerging areas such as offshore renewable energy, green shipping, marine biotechnology, coastal and cruise tourism, and ocean-based climate solution offer immense potential for economic growth and employment generation. Harnessing this opportunity will require close collaboration between government, industry, academia, startups, and coastal communities. Today's session provides an important platform to bring together diverse perspective and expertise to shape this shared vision. In conclusion, I would like to reiterate that Gujarat's journey towards 2047 will be defined not only by the scale of economic growth but also by its resilience, sustainability, and inclusiveness. I'm confident that with collective efforts and long-term perspective, Gujarat can set a national benchmark in building a resilient blue economy that benefits both people and the planet. I once again extend a warm welcome to all participants and wish the session meaningful, deliberation, and successful outcomes. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kharari. As you all know, we have been joined already by Mr. Sagar Mehra, Joint Secretary from Delhi in the hybrid mode. Welcome, sir, and a huge round of applause for you. Thank you for your patience also, Mr. Mehra.
Thank you. Good morning to all. Thank you very much.
As we move ahead in our session, I'm requesting our keynote address speaker today, Shri S.P. Tucker, IAS retired, to kindly come up and also close that door, please. A lot of disturbance and noise from there. Darwaze ko band kar dijiye. Shri S.P. Tucker, thank you.
My name is S.P. Tucker, Mr. Vijay and the dear friends. I retired as Chief Secretary of Andhra Pradesh. And that was a time when we took Aqua of Andhra from $2 billion to around $10 billion in 5 years. And we became 50% of the country. Again, we have about 6-7 years ago, I joined Mr. Chandrababu Naidu and two of us created a forum called GFST, Global Forum for Sustainable Transformation. And basically it's Uberization knowledge and use of technology and entrepreneurship. Keeping that in mind, I'm making a small presentation about Gujarat potential. There'll be only 4 points here and 4 slides. Yeah. Hindi mein bhi bata sakte hain, but a lot of people here will not understand. मैं mix कर दूंगा. Okay, that's how it will be. अच्छा ओके, तो गुजरात का क्या पोटेंशियल है आई कैन एक्सप्लेन, तो मैं 4 पार्ट्स में एक्सप्लेन करूंगा। गुजरात की इकोनॉमी क्या है, व्हाट्स हैपनिंग टू द इकोनॉमी ऑफ गुजरात एंड हाउ इज इट मूविंग इज फर्स्ट स्लाइड। Then what happens to aquaculture and fisheries of Gujarat is the second slide. What happens to blue economy of Gujarat potential, and the final is how to go about it. Last year, ECG and Niti Aayog have done the Vision 2047 of Gujarat with the help of Mr. Hasmukh Hadia, who is the Development Commissioner, who is the Chief Advisor here. And it has shown that 3.5 trillion economy is possible in Gujarat, और 2035 तक 1 trillion हो जाएगा. Can we come to the first slide, please? Next one. Yeah, this is the economy of Gujarat, how it is moving, how it is progressing. Roughly in the last 15 years, 11-12% growth is happening over here. And economy is doubling in around 7 to 8 years. Today, there are around 11 million families which are below poverty line. And the funny thing here is, unlike other states, Maharashtra, Tamil, manufacturing is almost 45% here. Maharashtra is only about 14%. And manufacturing predominant along with trade industry. These are the two areas where things are happening. And rest of the sectors are here. And this has gone out. So how is it going to behave? But if you look at the India, it's around 50 lakh crores is Maharashtra, 30 crores is Tamil Nadu. Then around 30 we have Gujarat and UP. Then 25 we have Karnataka and Andhra. This is how the economy is moving. And UP is going, Maharashtra is going to be the first trillion economy. Second trillion UP, third trillion was possibly here. गुजरात साइड. तो अगर हम इकोनॉमी देखते हैं how it is happening, but the most critical part is business as usual will take us to the way things are happening. I remember when I was Chief Secretary, Mr. Naidu told me I want double-digit growth every year, year on year. And we said, okay, let us try to work out. So we created new institutions. We created a vision management unit, which we have recently created in Maharashtra also. And what happened is, because of that, we achieved around 14% growth for 4 years in a row. And our economy doubled up in 4.5 years. If you see, Gujarat economy is doubling up in 7 to 8 years. India's economy is doubling up in 7 to 8 years. And we could do it in 4.5 years. So business as usual is here. Beyond that, if you want to go, that case study I will take for aquaculture, fisheries, and blue economy, how it can be done. But when we work, we have developed this growth lab, a kind of a toolkit for development, which we work for 45 days with the department. It's a pro bono service from our side. And after that, we launch a 5-year action plan. The department launches a 5-year action plan, but the targets are set by the government. Like in our case of Andhra, the Chief Minister, Mr. Naidu, said, I want a 30% growth CAGR in aquaculture. And we achieved it. Again, he says, we want to do it. We are working on to it. Tourism, he says, I want 20% growth. In livestock, he says, I want 20% growth. So we disaggregate economy, disaggregate the policies, we try to work out. Then we use artificial intelligence on the real-time data which is collected, ending up in the launch of a dashboard which has got the information. And that's a strategy and a toolkit we have developed. Same thing we are doing for Maharashtra, and here also it is possible to take it. We come to the next slide. Next one. Yeah, this is, just see the red line here, which is Andhra, and blue line, which is Gujarat. We started at the same time in 2008-9. The economy of aquaculture fisheries was equal in Andhra and equal in Gujarat. Then we launched, my period was here, and we achieved 30% growth. So from around 15,000 to 15,000 crore, we took it to 70,000 crore, which was 30% CAGR happening, which has never happened. And we became 50% of economy. When Jagan came, it was 11%. And now again, we have launched 30% CAGR, and we are on track for it. What basically happens is, when we have 1 lakh acres of area under aquaculture, we add around 25 to 35,000 crore to economy. This is a simple standard. So we are taking Andhra's aquaculture to 10 lakh acres, starting from 2 lakh acres. And that is what is happening. Here, aquaculture here is an enterprise-based strategy. So Andhra's agriculture is creating, aquaculture is creating 10,000 crore patis and 15 aggregators, billionaire aggregators. We have somebody sitting here who participated yesterday. There are 15 people like them. But one good thing in aquaculture is total supply chain has been established. When we did 30%, disease was not under control, insurance was not there, credit was not coming. But now when we are doing all the systems, courtesy, aqua exchange, they have already worked out. So it is possible to take it forward in a big way. And the same model can be worked out. But we work on actual data, primary data, which is collected in about 30 days time, and there is no cost to data collection. Very, very quick system. It's a perfect clockwork kind of a thing, which is done in 45 days. So if you look at here, this is how Gujarat Aqua has been behaving. These are the areas which are utilized in Gujarat as against the area potential available. One more thing which is happening is all the saline lands in India, which are huge in number. Haryana is now thinking of doing aquaculture because all saline lands have salt and water which is higher. It can be converted into aquaculture and fisheries, and a perfect model. SHGs can do, cooperative societies can do, consumption is local. Some of the best things which are coming out health-wise from aquaculture. So everything is positive if we can work out. If you look at Gujarat possibilities, 37,000 crores, 52,000 crores, 1 lakh crore. In 5 years, these are the three potential models moving on from 16,000 crore. Whatever state wants to do, how it has to be done, what are the policies, can the policies change? So there are a lot of things there. The model in Gujarat is a little bit difficult in the sense land belongs to the government here. So how it has to be worked out versus other places. So if I stop here for aquaculture, I'm saying aquaculture has moved very slowly. 16,000 crore. Potential is इसको 37,000 करोड़ ले जा सकते हैं, 50,000 करोड़ ले जा सकते हैं, 1 लाख करोड़ ले जा सकते हैं अगले 5 साल. वो गवर्नमेंट को डिसाइड करना है. मोस्ट ऑफ इट इज इन प्राइवेट सेक्टर, ज्यादा सब्सिडीज नहीं है एक्सेप्टिंग पावर सब्सिडी. सप्लाई चेन इज कंप्लीटली एस्टैब्लिश्ड and it's all private sector driven. So there are aggregators who will take care. They have a linkage with Walmart, they have a linkage with everyone. Geotagging is happening. So it's a complete sector ready to be taken over. India is talking about 100 billion exports. At the moment, it's around $8 billion export, which is happening from India. So it is possible to work out. So the offer here to Gujarat government is, we work pro bono. You are interested, we can help you. You can do it yourself. We can set up your vision management unit. We can help you in setting up a virtual unit. So all experts who are sitting here, they need not travel to Gujarat. We have done that in the health sector of Andhra, where a virtual management unit has been set up, where people from all over the world are talking to it. A private agency on a pro bono basis has set up this unit, and the Asian Development Bank has given the funds for management of this kind of a sector. So if I say aqua and fisheries, potential is there. Today, exports from India, 10% is from Gujarat. It is possible to take it forward, but one has to sit down whether policies achieve kar rahi hai ya nahi kar rahi hai, what has to be done, how technology has to be brought in, what kind of things are required, but this potential will be available. Okay, I now come to blue economy. This is the total supply chain for aquaculture. Yeah, blue economy. Aage. Actually, the vision of Gujarat talks about growing sectors and emerging sectors. So this area will be something like an emerging sector. This figure belongs to European Union. European Union last year has done 500 billion euros of blue economy and 5 million jobs. There are 10 to 11 sectors where the work comes out, and it shows that 34% of the income of 500 billion has come from offshore oil, maritime tourism 26%, maritime equipment. That way it comes out, and then country wise. So the choice is anywhere between 10 billion euros to 50 billion euros per country. If we come to India, if we come to Gujarat, Gujarat's economic zone and continental shelf area, the water spread area, is bigger than the land mass. Same thing is happening in Andhra. So if Gujarat has got 2 lakh square kilometer of land mass, It has got 2.5 lakh square kilometer of water spread area, which belongs to the system, which is common property where things can be developed. So potential is very, very high. Like if we see wind energy in sea is 17x than the ground energy. Investment is required. And in our GFST, we have got a network of about 250 industries. 27th of February, we are meeting in Mumbai. They are into maritime, they are into logistics, they are into containers, they are into everything. So GFST and Maritime Gateway are organizing this. 250 CEOs are available. 100 of them are interested in investing in Gujarat. So if you organize with them and do it 15, 20 days virtual session with them, how much investment is required, whether policies are there, whether incentives are there, whether we can work out with them, all those choices can come out. If you look at the Gujarat maritime, blue economy, next slide, please. Here, actually when we look at the economy of a state, there are 17 sectors which Bureau of Economics and Statistics recognizes, and blue economy does not find. So it is all disaggregated and we have to total up. So somewhere around 1,50,000 to 2 lakh crores is blue economy contribution out of 30 lakh crores economy of Gujarat. Possibility is in 5 years to take it to 6 to 8 lakh crores. It's all private investment. Government doesn't have to do anything, has to lay down policies, has to work out an action plan and take it forward. So if we say that by 2035, Gujarat is 1 trillion economy, say 90,000 crores, out of which 7, 8, 9 lakh crores can be blue economy. Today, out of 30 lakh crores, it's about 2 lakh crore, which is blue economy. So it's an emerging area where a whole lot of things are possible to be achieved. And that's where when we talk about Viksit Bharat 2047, so there are different scenarios emerging. Somebody says 35 trillion. Somebody says, no, it is possible that we can go to 40 trillion. But if we start disaggregating and start anticipating and modeling around various things, our results start coming. I come to the final slide. This is the lab which we do. It's a standardized, actually McKinsey has a lab. Harvard has a growth lab. We have developed this lab which uses artificial intelligence. The data is there, IoT devices come on board and things work out that way. And here we have suggested if we do a lab for Gujarat in aqua and fisheries, possibility of 15% growth, 20% growth, 36% growth, state decides. Then on that basis, policies are analyzed, the action plan is prepared, the farmers are identified, the capacity building is done, the credit plan is prepared, private sector comes on board, fintech comes on board. So a lot of things happen there. Simultaneously, blue economy also, there are 250 CEOs out of them 60 showed interest in Andhra. Around 100 are showing interest in coming to Gujarat. They are not asking you anything. Facilitation of the total process. They have funds available with them. 27th February, they are meeting in Mumbai. The Maharashtra CM is addressing them. Andhra CM is addressing them. We could extend an invitation to Gujarat also and then work out with them. So 20% growth target. Mr. Naidu straight away says 30% or 20%, nothing less than that. And I want to achieve it and we normally do that. So keeping this in mind, all of you are welcome. We are gfst.in. My name is SP Tucker. If you are interested in working out, linking with us, we don't charge. I work pro bono. I don't charge anything to the organization. And we don't have grants from the organizations. Normally for a conference, we get 2 or 3 sponsors who fund for it. And that's how we perform. And we have a very small and lean organization. I have 2 of my officers sitting here with me and then we work out. Any support you need, any technology you want to understand, you want to use artificial intelligence, we are superpower in that. Whole lot of things on that can be worked out, modeling can be done, and welcome. My name is SP Tucker. Thank you. Any questions? Anyone want to ask? 2 minutes.
Right. Thank you very much for such a welcoming and learning experience, sharing your experience, Mr. Tucker. I would like to welcome Shri Arun Kumarji, who has joined us. If we can welcome him with a bouquet, and also, yeah, please. Thank you, Shri Solanki, for joining us. So, ladies and gentlemen, आगे बढ़ते हैं और हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं. It's an honor to have Shri Sagar Mehra From Delhi, he's joined us in the hybrid mode, Joint Secretary, Inland Fisheries and Administration from the Government of India, Mr. Sagar Mehra, please.
Thank you very much. Can you give me the slides, please? Dignitaries on the dais, distinguished guests, senior officers from Government of Gujarat, fishers, fish farmers who have joined us today. A good morning to all of you. Today, I'll be discussing how Gujarat can unlock its fisheries potential in a manner which is not only growth oriented but also sustainable and future ready, aligned with our National Vision 2047. Can you give me the first slide, please? This is the second slide which is there. Gujarat, Gujarat has already achieved a scale in marine fisheries with more than 7.5 lakh ton of fish catch. Today, the question before us is how do we move from scale to sustainability while enhancing incomes, exports, and ecological resilience? See, here we can see that our country is endowed with very rich marine resources and with production of 197 lakh ton of fish. We are the second largest producer globally. We are the sixth largest, seafood exporter also. And globally, we can see a trend that future growth cannot come from increasing the fish catch effort alone. Globally, we see that successful marine economies are shifting the focus from volume to value, from open access to managed systems, and from capture dominated fisheries to diversified marine productions. So this transition is inevitable. Gujarat is exceptionally well positioned to lead this. And in Gujarat, more than 5 lakh people are dependent on marine fisheries. Next slide, please. So Gujarat, you can see from the slide that they are with the largest coastline and as well as continental shelf amongst all these states. They have the rich marine resource base, largest fishing fleet, and strong export and processing infrastructure in the coastal cities. And if you look at the coastal scenario and the participation in seafood exports, very few states combine natural resources, market access, and industrial capacity in the way Gujarat does. This gives Gujarat not just an advantage, but a leadership responsibility in shaping India's marine fisheries future. However, despite all these advantages, there are structural challenges before Gujarat. They have high fleet capacity, ecological stress, bycatch issues, growing compliance requirements, which are, roadblocks before productivity and profitability. And while national marine fish production has grown sustainably in the last 10 years, the same has not been witnessed in the Gujarat fisheries sector. And this gap is not due to lack of potential, but we need to do the course correction and we need to do some sort of alignment we need to do. Next slide, please. And we can see that while the national growth in fish production was more than double, in case of Gujarat, it was just around 30% only. So now we need to focus in mariculture, infrastructure development, and market also, so that we move sustainably and we add to production as well as productivity also. And for that, we need to gradually move from near shore effort intensive capture fisheries towards offshore culture based and value oriented marine system. And this approach will allow us to protect marine ecosystem while simultaneously expanding livelihoods, incomes, and exports. And this has to be the philosophy for next 5 years behind the Gujarat integrated blue economy pathway. Next slide, please. And while doing next slide, please, we have identified three focus areas at Department of Fisheries, Government of India. The first focus area is we need to, concentrate on how do we add efficiency in production and productivity. And under this, mariculture, offshore cage farming, seaweed cultivation, these are the three main activities. Second focus area is post-harvest and capacity building. How do we get the infrastructure in place which is globally benchmarked? How do we enhance the scale of value addition? How do we do the digital integration? How do we have the cold chain facilities? Because right now only 1% of the cold chain facility in the country is used for fisheries products. Equally important is the capacity building and skilling of the people, those who are engaged in the sector. And the third area is market integration. See, presently our export basket is dominated by one species, that is wild shrimp. So we need to diversify species and the product also and the market also. The second important area is that the export markets, they are insisting on certification, they are insisting on traceability and different parameters. So we need to ensure that we are producing quality with traceability and we inspire the confidence of our export market. So these are the three focus areas which we have identified. Next slide, please. And the first foremost area is the mariculture. Now, globally, mariculture is the fastest growing segment of aquaculture. And the advantage is it reduces pressure on wild fish stock, allows higher productivity per unit area, and supports diversification into high value species like cobia, pompano, sea bass. And in this system, we can take up the culture of bivalves, crustaceans, shellfish, finfish, ornamental fishes also. And to promote mariculture, we have been focusing on the first phase of PMMSY and also with a sharper focus on the PMMSY phase 2, Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. We have identified few areas like special planning, quality seed, standard certification, export and domestic market focus, post-harvest and value addition activities. So these are the few, activities within the mariculture which would be getting focus. And I would suggest that the Department of Fisheries, Government of Gujarat, in the next 5 years, in their annual action plans, whenever they are forwarding under PMSY phase 2, for mariculture, these activities should be given special focus. Next slide, please. The next activity which you identified is seaweed farming. Because it's a high impact area. It requires low investment and minimal ecological footprint and offers a strong income potential, especially for coastal communities, women and self-help groups. And so far as which are the species, which are the institutions who can be supporting us, these all have been identified, areas have been identified. The Gujarat has been specifically included in the areas, potential areas which have been identified. And as per one estimate, in the next 5 years, the market is going to hit more than 3,400 crore in the country, and it can support up to 4 lakh people. And there are quite a few specific areas that it can be used for value-add products, say like feed, biofuels, pharma, cosmetics, and a fertilizer also. And a lot of work has happened in this area. So Gujarat should be focusing on promoting the seaweed farming in the coastal areas where the pockets which have been identified by the CMFRI and supported by other institutes also. The next slide, please. The third area is offshore cage farming. We have already done 2 successful pilots, one in Orissa and in Maharashtra also. So I would recommend that Gujarat should be, doing one project initially, and then they can give us a full-blown project for offshore cage farming, because there are quite a good areas which can give a good crop of the cage farming. And in addition to this, we have next slide, please. we have identified that integrated multi-trophic aquaculture, which can, you can take up the culture of finfish, shellfish, and seaweed are farmed together. And this can take a step further. It can improve resource efficiency, enhance environmental stability, and increase overall, farm profitability. So together, these mariculture models, they can become Gujarat next major, growth engine. These three activities under mariculture can be taken up in the next phase of PMMSY in a big way. Next slide, please. The second area which you identified is uh, end-to-end marine infrastructure, and in that, whether it is good quality seed supply, hatchery, nursery, farming system, input support services, harvesting and cold chain processing and marketing, exports, all these areas are recommended because the smart fish harbors, cold chain networks, and modern processing facilities, they are very much essential to reduce the post-harvest losses and improve the product quality. Next slide, please. And in addition to this physical infrastructure, we have also identified that digital formalization is equally important because such platforms, they can connect fishers to schemes, insurance, risk management, credit, training, markets, while improving the transparency and governance. So for promoting digitization of the sector, we have brought in National Fisheries Digital Platform, where more than 20 lakh fishers, fish farmers, stakeholders, including fisheries cooperatives, self-help groups, micro and small enterprise, they are registered on it, and it is facilitating their access to schemes, benefits, risk management, aquaculture insurance products, institutional, credit also is being facilitated. And in addition to this, traceability is very important to ensure the product, quality, to inspire the confidence of consumers or our export markets. So we need to work on these three areas. And in addition to this, fisheries cooperatives and FFP also, they are very important stakeholders in the entire value chain. They also need to be onboarded for their contribution in taking the sector forward. Next slide, please. And the third focus area is export promotion. And for that, global demand for mariculture products is rising rapidly, particularly in East Asia, European Union, and the Middle East. The highest value is realized not through the producing, bulk volumes, but through value-added products with traceability and certification and meeting all the standards of export markets. And another important area is to come out with branded products, because right now whatever we are sending outside into our export markets, it is not carrying any India brand as such. So that is equally important. And here uh, another area, apart from taking up of reforms in institutional framework, financial, support, seaweed revolution, technological empowerment, regulatory clarity, there is another area which we have been, in discussion with the industry association, is the Northern Arabian Sea shelf has a very big untapped potential, and we can harness this potential with putting in place small pelagic master plan, fleet diversification, support to waste to wealth infrastructure building, and the science-led governance. So it will definitely add to doubling the incomes, job creation, and promoting circular economy. And next slide, please. To take the marine sector forward, in PMMSY Phase 2, we have identified a few specific areas like mariculture, adoption and infusion of technology, support to traceability and certification, the creation of cold chain infrastructure, genetic improvement so that the best seeds are available, and to support the setting up of latest processing and value addition infrastructure facilities. These are the 6 areas we would be focusing in the PMMSY phase 2. So Gujarat, while preparing their vision for next 5 year and preparing their annual action plan on the marine side, please do ensure that best of the components, activities, infrastructure are proposed in the annual action plan to ensure uh, sustainably we are tapping the marine resources potential of Gujarat. And finally, next slide please. In conclusion, I can say that Gujarat has the resources, the institutions, the leadership required to deliver this transition. What we need is that we need to put in place a coordinated action, science-based decision making, and outcome-driven implementation. And under PMMSY phase 2, we will have opportunity not only for Gujarat but for India's marine fisheries as a whole. And with this, I thank Government of Gujarat, the entire team of um, Vibrant Gujarat Regional Conference for giving me this opportunity and sharing my thoughts on unlocking Gujarat's marine potential for sustainable growth. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
We thank you very much, Shri Sagar Mehra ji. Thank you for joining us and your, such a encouraging and sharing your experience with all the attendees here. Thank you so much, Mr. Sagar Mehra. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move forward. I call upon Shri Anil Kumar PG, Joint Director Marketing in PEDA, to please share his experience with us.
Thank you, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to all of you. Now, I am going to talk about sustainability. When you hear about sustainability, most of us will think the first image that comes to our mind as a business person or a person in the value chain is more transaction cost, more compliance burden. Now, what I'm going to share with you is, it is not so. We can leverage, as a country, we can leverage the sustainability to improve our business and get better business. Now, let me tell you briefly about my organization. It's a organization under the Government of India, Ministry of Commerce, and we were established by an Act of Parliament in 1972. And our responsibility is to develop and promote marine product exports. Now, before I go into the initiatives and success stories we had in, promoting sustainable exports, I'd like to give you a brief idea, quickly go through the export scenario. We know that, the seafood export is around $200 billion, and India has got about 4% share. And Indian export sector is very robust. We have more than 1,300 exporters in various categories, right from small ornamental fish exporters to frozen seafood exporters as well. Most of them are family oriented, and we have more than 650 processing units. And we do a lot of value-added product export, but we still have a lot of scope to increase our value-added product exports also. Now, Coming to the export scenario of India, we can see that we started with about $5 billion a few years ago, around 10 years ago. Now we have crossed, last financial year, we have crossed about close to $7.5 billion worth of export. It's a steady increase over the last 10 to 12 years. And if you look at our major markets, we are exporting to 130 over countries. And the major 20 markets take about 92% of our exports. And these are all, as obviously, most of them are developed countries, and USA is a major market. You can see that. And if you look at who are the exporting states, you can see, as Thakkar sir has said, Andhra is a major exporter. They contribute about $2.5 billion to the exports. And Gujarat comes into the top 5. The second and third goes to Maharashtra and Kerala, and then West Bengal comes, Tamil Nadu comes, and Gujarat is also there. Close to 800, or almost 10% of the seafood exports is from Gujarat. But there is considerable. Gujarat can become the top exporter if it leverages its resources. Now, just to give you a brief idea about what we have achieved during the last 50 plus years, we have achieved tremendous growth in terms of processing capacity, exports, and number of units, as you can see from the slides. Now, let me go to what sustainability action we have done. I will talk about sustainability actions we have done in terms of marine capture fisheries, which is contributing a large portion of our exports, as well as to the aquaculture. Now let us go to the marine capture fisheries. What sustainability action. You can see marine mammals, whales and dolphins, as you all know, are very important species in the ecosystem. And we need to comply with the international requirements. Not only Indian Wildlife Protection Act protects them, we have to comply with the Indian regulations, and we should be in resonance with in compliance with the synergy with the international norms also. Now, you need to understand it's a complex system. You have seen earlier presentations that over 5 million fishers do fishing every day. And I mean, 5 million fishers are there, and out of which about 1 million fishers go to the sea every day during the fishing season. So, fisheries under the Constitution is a state subject, and foreign trade, external trade is a mandate of the central government. And we have to work with the state governments, the businesses, and the larger community to achieve the successful sustainable exports. So that is what we have done. Marine Mammal Protection Act of the USA mandates that India needs to protect marine mammals as per the international standards, especially as per the Marine Mammal Protection Act, MMP of the US. Over 200 countries applied for the compliance. India is one of the few countries which got approved in last year, September, to get the approval to export marine seafood from marine capture fisheries to the US market. This is an achievement which we have achieved together with the fisher community, with the state government, with the research institutes. Similarly, we have a challenge of turtle. Turtle is a marine ecosystem cornerstone species, and Indian trawlers, we have over 35,000 trawlers in India. They are not fitting a turtle excluded device. Now, we have to fit in all the 35,000 trawlers, and they need to use it continuously for as to export marine shrimp to the USA. So what we have done is we worked in collaboration with the Department of Fisheries of the state and center under the PMMSY. We have brought in a scheme to support the fishers to purchase this TED and fit it in the the marine fishing vessels. And with that process is started now, it's ongoing, and it required a lot of technological interventions also, because the turtle excluder devices which we had designed indigenously by our research institutes in India was not complying with the international guidelines. So we worked with the NOAA, National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration of the US government, and tested the TED in the US as well as in India. And we are working with the fisher community now now conducting over 100 demonstrations, field level demonstrations, as well as awareness campaigns, thousands of campaigns, jointly with the state governments in the coastal states. So that is a work in progress. And all these requires a lot of coordination, not only with the state government agencies, with the fisher community. For that, a specialized outreach organization is required. We have a organization called Netfish, which is a society registered under Charitable Societies Act that does this activity and work together with the fisher communities in collaboration with the NGOs. Now, another key concern is IUU, illegal, unreported, unregulated fish catch, coming to the market. Whether it is US, EU, or Japan, they are concerned about it, and they wanted a catch certificate right from the fishing boat to ensure that the fish caught is, legally caught by the registered fishing vessel. And this is a huge task, compliance task, and we have made it completely online. Last 15 years, 2010 onwards, we are doing it successfully, and one of the most stringent market in the world for that matter is European Union, and we are doing that business with the European Union for the last 15 years using this compliance, and we have crossed $1 billion exports with the European Union because of our this one. And regulatory environment is also is very, very important, and Marine Fisheries Regulation Act was established by the states in 1982, way back in 1982, and it is getting constantly updated. Last week, we had a meeting with the stakeholders in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh's government is coming out with a new version of the MFR Act. So that is very, very important. And of course, we have the fishing ban of 60 days in West Coast and East Coast, which to protect the reproductive season of the marine fisheries in India, and that has leveraged as a sustainable fish producing nation, despite the fact that our fishing is, there are over 1 million fishers engaged in fishing, and we have been able to successfully demonstrate this to the international market. Now, coming to the aquaculture, one of the key concern is disease and antibiotics, antimicrobial resistance and all that. One of the first things which we need to do is biosecurity of the farm so that pathogens are controlled. And here what we have done is we have promoted best management practices. We established another organization called NACSA, National Center for Sustainable Aquaculture, which is based in Kakinada in Andhra Pradesh. And this is also a society registered under the Charitable Societies Act. What they do is they group farmers into small groups of 20 farmers registered as a society. And these societies adopt best management practices, which has been recognized globally. Even in Davos, this was, World Economic Forum, this was praised a few years ago. So another key issue is that, the extension phase or the farmers' day-to-day basis doesn't meet, exporters or government agencies. They meet with the technicians who give them technical services. Private company technicians, feed companies employ them. So one of the strategies we have adopted is to train and certify the, technicians so that they give the correct advice to the farmers in terms of biosecurity and sustainability. And on top of that, we need to have some promotional mechanisms also. Certification is a very, very important. There are a lot of private certification tools which are expensive for the farmers. So to support the farmers, we launched a certification system called Shafari certification. Shafari, a Sanskrit word, means pure fish. The certification system standards are in compliance with the best standards prescribed by the FAO and the even private standards which are in vogue in the international market. And the processes are business friendly, and we have implemented that certification scheme on a pilot scale over 1,000 hectares of shrimp farms, as well as in hatcheries, and we are expanding it into the next stage, in the processing stage also. So that is something which we are doing, and pre-harvest testing is a major activity, which is before the harvest that the shrimp is tested for compliance for antibiotics and other things. And regulatory action is also very important to comply with the sustainability aspects, to demonstrate to the world that we are very serious about it. India has banned more than 37 antimicrobials which is used in animal husbandry systems recently to demonstrate our commitment. And another very important thing is that COOP is a cooperative movement who having market presence in Europe, especially all over the world. For example, we have tied up with Coop Switzerland. They have supermarkets and shops in Switzerland. More than 2,000 such shops are there in supermarket. We connected them to the small scale farmers in the states, and they are exporting. And now Ministry of Cooperation, Government of India has launched the NCEL, National Cooperative Exports Limited, which is a cooperative formed by five major cooperatives, and they are also engaged in the facilitating exports. They have started very recently, about 2 months, 3 months back, and they have already started the purchasing directly from the farmers. More than 3,000 tons has been purchased in a couple of months' time. So the farmers gets ready payment from the uh, you know, uh, from the NCEL, and we also work with the UNDP for sustainable climate resilient projects in Odisha and Maharashtra, as well as in Andhra Pradesh. And another regulatory aspect which we do is national residue control plan, wherein we go to all the farms and hatcheries and processing units and feed mills, entire value chain, and collect samples and test it for antibiotics, pesticides, heavy metals, everything under this program. And this has been appreciated by not only US agencies, even European Union has appreciated these efforts of India. It is not being done by Embeda alone, it is done by multiple agencies. Similarly, we have a aquatic disease national program also, wherein 24 agencies under the leadership of a nodal research institute, the NBFGR based in Lucknow is doing that, so that diseases are also monitored. On top of all this, training is very important. Hazard analysis and critical control point is a major training program we carried out by Embeda. We do it regularly for the last 20 years. Almost all the processing plant technicians are trained and certified as per the international HACCP standards. So these things have helped us to leverage sustainability as a tool for business promotion, and that has helped India to export to over 130 countries. And these are the stepping stones for achieving our targets for the Vikasit Bharat. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Shri Anil Kumar, for talking us through driving export competitiveness. Thank you very much. One small request, सबसे request है कि अपने अपने मोबाइल फोन्स कृपया आधे घंटे के लिए बंद कर दीजिए, एयरप्लेन मोड पे रख दीजिए. There's a lot of disturbance, so kindly switch off your mobile phones if you can. Thank you so much. Not switch off, but keep it on silent. We have with us from the Knowledge and Innovation Officer from Global Development for Food and Agriculture World Bank Group, Mr. Vivek Prasad. Request him to kindly come up and share his experience.
Okay, so I can start now.
Just a minute, sir. requesting someone to kindly, close the door, and if somebody has to go, it has to be quick. It's a disturbance for the speaker. Please don't do it. Kindly close the door if you could.
So first, I would like to thank you, Secretary Mr. Solanki and Commissioner of Fisheries for the invitation, and I'm very happy to be here. So today we'll be talking about seaweed solutions for a thriving blue economy, and we will be focusing on global experience and also how we can work with Gujarat in terms of the vision we have been listening towards blue economy growth. Within the World Bank Group, we are working with Aqua Invest platform. Our role is to bring private investment and also promote sustainable aquaculture. So I'll be talking about what we are doing very briefly, and then we'll jump into the key of the issues today. So these are some analytical work we have been working on, and we will be happy to share all these products with the government of Gujarat. And also we will be happy to organize some events around. So these are readily available material in public domain. Most of these reports are available on Google. So simply Google will help you getting to the reports. This is one of the report I wanted to highlight. This report came in 2023, Global Seaweed, a new and emerging market report. And as you can see, this has been very popular report. Download is more than 10,000 and view is more than 16,000. And this report is also available in Google. You can simply Google the title and you'll get it through. Now, this is the crux of what we are going to talk today. The report is projecting that by 2030, seaweed market and applications, the growth market would be around $12 billion. This is very conservative number because we couldn't get a lot of data from African countries. So if you include that, this number will be very, very high. Not 12, but maybe 15. So there are 10 derivatives or 10 applications this report has identified. Biostimulant, I'll go very quickly and then I'll focus on few. Biostimulant, animal feed, pet food, nutraceuticals, alternate protein, fabrics, bioplastic, construction, and pharmaceuticals. Our IFC branch, our IFC being that works with private sector, they have also identified similar applications. So private sector is also interested in these products. So this would be something interesting to look at from Gujarat perspective. Globally, if you look at globally, top 10 countries, China, Indonesia, South Korea, Philippines, there are top 4 countries in terms of production. In terms of export, Korea is leading. Very important data because as you can see, India has more than 11,000 kilometers shoreline and Gujarat has around 22,400 coastline. So there is an immense potential of seaweed growth, but Gujarat or India is not appearing here. That's a kind of very important lens to look at. Now, if you look at, if you look at what is happening in Korea, they are going not only for food production as seaweed as food production or food product, they are going for multiple or very diverse kind of production system and that diverse kind of applications. And I was very impressed with the spa. So if you get chance to visit Korea, please do visit spa based on seaweed products. You'll be very happy to come out of that spa. They're also working on some interesting things like cancer treatment medicines that is never heard of, that seaweed can give us cancer treatment medicine. They're working on that. This slide is very important, but because this slide is giving us some kind of lesson to us. If you look at Korea production in last 10 years or more, production is slowing down and becoming stagnant because of shortage of labor, deficiency in nutrition, and also climate change is working very, very against the production. But even with the slowing down of production, they're increasing their export. So this is telling us a very, very interesting story. So what they are doing is, rather than expansion of the volume, they are working on value addition. And that story we have to learn from Gujarat perspective. We don't have to invest too much on production. Rather, we have to think through how this production can be converted into knowledge-based value system. And that becomes export, that becomes commodity for export market. So our colleague Megan will be talking about what we can learn from Korea. One of the examples he'll be giving you. Also, I want to talk a little bit about some interesting product that can come out of Gujarat. Our speaker, one of the speakers, Mr. Tucker, has already started talking about Khar land. We have 3.8 square kilometer Khar land that can be used for Artemia. Not the whole Khar land, but part of the Khar land can be used for Artemia. And the reason I'm saying, you look at the number, how big is the global market? India is importing, every year, India is importing 300 crores of Artemia cyst. And this Artemia cyst is used for live feed to shrimp farming. And it's not only going to give you economy, but it generates a lot of employment also in coastal communities. So here is demand. You can see demand is growing, is ever growing. And also you look at the supply. Supply is very restricted. It's coming from USA and China and a little bit from Thailand and Vietnam. So if you look at supply versus demand, there is a structural gap, and that gap can be filled by contribution of Gujarat. So I wanted to highlight this as an area of exploration and opportunity. So what Gujarat can do? First thing, analytics. We heard a lot of analytics is required before we go into this venture. And also, I was very, very fascinated to learn that there is a Gujarat strain here, or variety. So we have an indigenous Artemia sitting in Gujarat that has to be explored a little bit more, and R&D is required on that before we go for scaling. We also do a lot of knowledge capacity building to our client countries. So I wanted to highlight, we have a lot of online courses, we have a lot of webinars and exchange visits we do, and we'll be happy to offer few of them to Gujarat. We also do a lot of global outreach, public outreach webinars on topics related with aquaculture. And we have very good network with global experts, so we can do matchmaking also. Here is another example of what we have been doing with various countries. So this is example of 15 countries going to Korea to learn about seaweed. We have global footprint, and we have demand coming from many countries, especially from Southeast Asia and East Africa. So Gujarat can be part of it. We have very, very strong network of partnership. Marine innovation is one of them, and Miss Megan is sitting here. She'll be talking about her innovation happening in Korea and globally. So what we can do in Gujarat as World Bank knowledge partner, we can offer all the products we have that is already prepared. We can offer all the products to you for use and diagnosis and consumption. One example, we helped Vietnam in carrying capacity assessment on seaweed, and they're very happy with the product. So this is all I wanted to say. Thank you again. And here is my contact details. If you want to reach out to me, I'll be happy to connect. And we have our colleagues also from Delhi office. They'll be facilitating the process. Now I would like to invite Megan. She is one of our colleagues working in private sector, and she'll be talking about what she has been doing with seaweed.
Thank you. It's a great honor to speak today at this very meaningful conference. Good morning. I am Megan Rowe, co-founder at Bar Innovation. We have developed a methodology that extracts valuable compounds from seaweed to produce food products, but we don't stop there. Byproducts from this process or inedible parts is transformed into eco-friendly materials. Seaweed brings economic diversifications. We are scaling seaweed for multiple industries, diversifying not only into bioplastics and animal feed, but also into biofertilizers, nutraceutical, pharma, and cosmetics. We have a very robust IP portfolio covering from materials using seaweed and other biomass, as well to molded manufacturing process across the value chain. The next two slides are our products. We divided seaweed as edible or inedible seaweed. Using seaweed extract and edible seaweed, we have developed a range of highly nutritious and functional food products such as jelly, agar-agar jelly, and seaweed salad as well, already making an impact in the market. Beyond food, we are maximizing the value of seaweed by repurposing its byproducts after food products. This reuse of materials is a circular economic model. Here is how it works. Our coffee brand is using our seaweed-based cups, plates. After use, we collect those used cups and plates and repurpose the material for the new products for packing trays such as egg cartons and fruit trays. Not only that, we have created more valuable added products such as paper mill and industrial packaging as well. Business opportunities to apply for this novel material are very wide in every space. Is test proven? Just adding 13% of seaweed functional are all improved. 89% of physical properties improved, 99.9% of antibacterial functions killed, and even weight increased by 14%, receiving global awards for packing materials. Then you might ask, how safe are seaweed-based packagings products? 56 days to biodegrade, which is the shortest among all the biomass, and 0 microplastics detected. When it comes to products, we believe that everything from the raw material to products need to be safe for the environment. We have already proved it to the world. These numbers are the proof of our tangible achievement and tractions during our journey for the last 7 years. We are continuing our milestones. We have just received 2 awards from our Korean Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries, and Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs. Marine Innovation is gaining more reliable industrial partners, especially in key sectors for industrial packaging, food products, paper mill, and also the F&B containers. Global brands and multinational businesses by sectors are adopting our patent biomaterial technology to address their specific requirements. We are building localization strategies as global expansion aligning with seaweed development. Our blueprints and strategies can be replicated anywhere in the world. While simple yet powerful material seaweed, the world is waking up to this kind of marine innovations circular economic model. No other companies in the world is based on it. They want technologies that can be leveraged for sustainable industrial development in their regions and countries, and marine innovation is answering to that call. My presentation today is about how seaweed can become a new pillar of Gujarat's blue economy with marine innovation seaweed strategy. Our seaweed technology on the Indian seaweed industry can be 100% resource use and high value added creation. In terms of technology impact, Marine Innovation has an advanced technology process for using edible and inedible seaweed. In industrial expectations, if this technology is implemented in processing plants in India, seaweed will be transformed into a revenue source, maximizing the economic viability of the industry. Seaweed are also used as aquaculture feed. For industry, this means better feed efficiency, and for government, it means healthier aquaculture with lower environmental impact. Seaweed connects agriculture, livestock, and climate goals. For companies, this is a value-added product, and for investors, it opens a large and stable domestic market. From a business perspective, seaweed is attractive because one biomass creates multiple revenue streams. Gujarat has the strongest balance point between seaweed supply, industrial demand, and aquaculture scalability to build a globally relevant business, which fits Marine Innovation's business-driven blue economy strategy. To unlock seaweed's full potential, it's critical to develop a global value chain. If you're interested, please, since we are very good partner with W Bank Group, so please contact World Bank Group USA or Delhi. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Megan, for that address. Friends, let's move on to the next distinguished speaker. Ms. Yashika Malik is with us, a climate change specialist from World Bank. Your address, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected ACS Agriculture, Solanki ji, Commissioner Fisheries, Kharadi ji. We also have the Joint Director from MPIDA, and dignitaries on the dais and fellow participants in the session. A very good afternoon to all of you. And today I'll be talking. Actually, मैं हिंदी में बोलूँ तो सबको चलेगा? अच्छा, बहुत बढ़िया. तो आज हम मेरा जो प्रेजेंटेशन है वो एकीकरण करेगा जो अभी तक हमने सब सीखा है उसका, और गुजरात का मतलब ग्लोबली क्या लर्निंग्स है मैं उसको थोड़ा समराइज करने की कोशिश करूंगी, क्योंकि वर्ल्ड बैंक काफ़ी सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स करता है और हम इस नॉलेज पार्टनरशिप को जो हमने वाइब्रेंट गुजरात रीजनल समिट के थ्रू वर्ल्ड बैंक आगे लेके जा रहा है, उससे क्या हम लर्निंग्स लेके जा सकते हैं, जो हमारा एक विजन है विकसित भारत 2047 और विकसित गुजरात 2047 का. तो ये बहुत अच्छा सा इन्फोग्राफिक है बताने के लिए कि जो ब्लू इकोनॉमी है वो सिर्फ फिशरीज नहीं है, वो सिर्फ मतलब एक सेक्टर नहीं है, वो बहुत सारे सेक्टर्स का मिला के बनता है। चाहे वो रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी है आपके ऑनशोर ऑफशोर की, चाहे वो मैरीटाइम ट्रांसपोर्ट है, चाहे वो वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट है, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली आपका वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट जो भी वेस्ट जाएगा वो आपके फिश प्रोडक्शन और कोस्टल इकोनॉमी को भी इम्पैक्ट करता है। आपका टूरिज्म सेक्टर है एंड कल के इनॉग्रल सेशन में जैसे कि सीएम सर और प्राइम मिनिस्टर सर ने बोला था कि हमारे कल्चर को भी आगे लेके जाता है। तो इन सब का जब हम एकीकरण करते हैं उसको ब्लू इकोनॉमी कहते हैं। और ये क्यों मैटर करता है, तो मैं कुछ चैलेंजेस की बात करूंगी जो आप सब अनुभव कर रहे होंगे, क्योंकि आप कच्छ और सौराष्ट्र में रहते हैं या आसपास जो बाकी जगहों से भी आए हैं। एक तो सबने देखा है कि टेम्परेचर काफी बढ़ रहा है क्लाइमेट चेंज की वजह से, उसकी वजह से, और सी लेवल राइज भी हो रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ द मेल्टिंग ग्लेशियर्स। उसकी वजह से फिश और अनसस्टेनेबल फिशिंग मेथड्स की वजह से प्रोड्यूस ग्लोबली कम हो रहा है। और प्लास्टिक पॉल्यूशन, प्लास्टिक ने कन्वीनियंस बहुत लाया है लेकिन उसके कुछ नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट भी हैं। इन सब चीजों को लेके, और आजकल न्यूज़ तो आप सब लोग देखते ही होंगे, द ग्लोबल इकोनॉमिक एंड सोशल रिस्क दैट आर क्रॉपिंग अप अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड। और अगर हम आज ग्लोबलाइजेशन के बारे में बात करते हैं तो ये सारी चीजें इम्पैक्ट करती हैं आपकी ब्लू इकोनॉमी को। लेकिन इस पे 600 मिलियन से ज्यादा लोग निर्भर करते हैं ग्लोबली। इट इज अ सोर्स ऑफ प्रोटीन। आजकल आप तो मतलब अगर आपके घर में जवान बच्चे हैं तो प्रोटीन तो काफी सुनते होंगे। सो इट्स अ ग्लोबल सोर्स ऑफ प्रोटीन एंड अ वेरी गुड सोर्स ऑफ प्रोटीन। देन 20% more than 20% of animal protein comes from aquatic sources. It is also the largest carbon sink source as well. हम फॉरेस्ट्री के बारे में बहुत बात करते हैं, लेकिन ये एक अनटैप्ड पोटेंशियल है जिसके बारे में मैं आगे भी बात करूंगी। एंड this is actually the livelihood for a large number of people residing in these coastal areas. हमने रेजिलियंस की बात किया। रेजिलियंस सिर्फ आपके इकोसिस्टम का नहीं होता है, कम्युनिटीज का होता है, इकोनॉमिक सेक्टर्स का होता है। एंड इट इज टू एंटिसिपेट, दैट मीन्स कि हमें इंफॉर्मेशन की जरूरत होगी कि आगे किस तरह के बदलाव आ रहे हैं, टू प्रिपेयर फॉर। सो इफ देर इज एनी डिजास्टर और एनी शॉक दैट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, आप उसके लिए कैसे प्रिपेयर करते हैं टू रिस्पॉन्ड टू। And I think Gujarat has been one of the state pioneering in response and resilience measures as well, and to recover from adverse events. And no better, example of the land where we are today, which recovered from adverse tragic event a few decades back. And all of this helps. एंड व्हेन यू बिल्ड रेजिलियंस, जब आप रेजिलियंस को अपने प्लानिंग में, प्रोसेसेस में और अपने इन्वेस्टमेंट्स में बिल्ड करते हैं, उससे आपके लाइवलीहुड्स प्रोटेक्ट होते हैं, एसेट्स प्रोटेक्ट होते हैं, लॉन्ग टर्म इकोनॉमिक वाइबिलिटी बनती है। और मतलब क्लाइमेट के जितने भी हम एडवर्स इम्पैक्ट्स देख रहे हैं उससे थोड़ा बचाव होता है। एंड दिस इज नॉट जस्ट अबाउट पब्लिक गुड, कि मतलब लोगों का भला हो रहा है या इकोसिस्टम बेहतर हो रहा है। देयर इज एक वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग इकोनॉमिक केस बिहाइंड इट। दैट मीन्स क्योंकि हम तो गुजराती हैं तो पैसा तो मतलब आएगा हर कॉन्वर्सेशन में ना, तो इकोनॉमिक केस है। सो वर्ल्ड बैंक के जितने भी ग्लोबल ऑपरेशंस हैं और जितने हमने स्टडीज किए हैं, उनसे हमने ये जाना है कि ओवरफिशिंग रिड्यूस करने से जो आपकी लैंडिंग है मतलब फिशेस की, वो 40% के अराउंड उसकी वैल्यू बढ़ती है। सो इट्स नॉट जस्ट अबाउट द क्वांटिटी, जो कल के एक सेशन में भी बोला गया था, इट्स अबाउट द क्वालिटी एज वेल, राइट। आपका बेटर मैनेजमेंट की वजह से जो टोटल कॉस्ट है वो 40% कम होते हैं। नेचर बेस्ड सॉल्यूशंस जैसे कि मैंग्रोव्स, जो sometimes they provide better protection than the gray infrastructure that we talk about. And a mix of both nature-based solutions and gray infrastructure increases the longevity of some of these solutions as well. And resilience is not just about investment, it also has a very high return when you look at a longer term, not just 3 or 5 years time span. और वर्ल्ड बैंक ने ग्लोबली इंटीग्रेटेड कोस्टल जोन मैनेजमेंट प्रोग्राम्स किए हैं काफ़ी कंट्रीज के साथ और इन प्रोग्राम्स को जब हमने इवैल्यूएट किया तो उसके इकोनॉमिक एनालिसिस से ये आया कि 13.6:1 is what is the benefit cost ratio. That means कि हमने $1 अगर इन्वेस्ट किया है तो उससे $13.6 का हमें मुनाफा हुआ है. So though it's long-term initiative, but they have high benefit cost ratios as well. And through our projects, हमने सिर्फ infrastructure या production पे काम नहीं किया है, capacity building पे काम किया है, प्लानिंग और स्टेक होल्डर एंगेजमेंट में काम किया क्योंकि आपको सबको साथ लेके चलना है. आपको कम्युनिटी जो एक फिश फार्मर है, फिशिंग कर रहा है, उसको भी लेके चलना है, आपको पॉलिसी मेकर्स को साथ लेके चलना है, आपके गवर्नमेंट के विजन को साथ लेके चलना है, और प्राइवेट सेक्टर, बिकॉज पैसा तो उधर से आएगा, तो प्राइवेट सेक्टर को भी साथ लेके चलना है. एंड थ्रू दीज ऑपरेशंस जो कुछ हमारे फिश फार्मर्स थे जो एक सिंगल लाइवलीहुड पे डिपेंडेंट थे, उनका डाइवर्सिफिकेशन किया है जिससे कि उनकी आमदनी में कोई रुकावट ना आए किसी भी एक इम्पैक्ट से और बढ़ भी सके. एंड साइंस बेस्ड डिसीजन मेकिंग का इस्तेमाल किया है. हमने कल के शाम के जो एक सेशन था उसमें ये डेटा का महत्व जाना है ना, क्योंकि अगर आपके पास अच्छा डेटा होगा तो प्लानिंग में काम आता है और राइट डिसीजंस लेने में काम आता है. हमने सीवीड्स के बारे में बात किया, एक्वाकल्चर के बारे में बात किया, तो मैं एक एग्जांपल बस हाईलाइट करना चाहती थी कि हम मोरक्को के साथ भी अभी काम कर रहे हैं. एंड द प्रोग्राम इज टू टारगेट अबाउट 300 टन्स ऑफ एक्वाकल्चर प्रोडक्शन and also sort of come up with about 300 jobs in this sector. It's focused on shrimp and seaweed farming, जैसे कि हमसे पहले कोरिया की रिप्रेजेंटेटिव मेगन ने बताया कि सीवीड एक बहुत आने वाला सेक्टर है जिसमें काफ़ी स्कोप है. And of course it has also potential to crowd in a lot of private capital. जो प्राइवेट सेक्टर को साथ लेके बात करने की बात करते हैं, हम सबका साथ सबका विकास की बात करते हैं, ये सब इन सब को बात किया. एंड वन थिंग जो जब हम प्रोग्राम डिजाइन कर रहे हैं या इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हैं उससे हमें ये समझ में आया है कि एक वेल रेगुलेटेड एक्वाकल्चर जो है वो ज्यादा जॉब प्रोड्यूस करता है और लॉन्ग टर्म सस्टेनेबिलिटी में हेल्प करता है, रादर देन लेट द सेक्टर कम इन कि प्राइवेट सेक्टर कंपनी अपने आप आएगा अपने आप बढ़ता जाएगा. अगर हम एक वेल रेगुलेटेड वेल थॉट ऑफ साइंस बेस्ड प्रोग्राम डिजाइन करते हैं तो ये लॉन्ग टर्म सस्टेनेबिलिटी में एंड हाई कॉस्ट बेनिफिट रेशियो में हेल्प करता है. वर्ल्ड बैंक का एक ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म भी है प्रो ब्लू. इससे पहले आपने कुछ रिपोर्ट्स देखे होंगे तो उसका लोगो देखा होगा. ये बेसिकली ब्लू इकोनॉमी सॉल्यूशंस जो होते हैं उनको स्केल अप करने में हेल्प करता है. 60 से ज़्यादा कंट्रीज को हमने सपोर्ट किया है और 100 से ज़्यादा पॉलिसीज और प्लान्स को इन्फॉर्म किया है. About 32 billion development finance has gone into blue economy initiative supported by the World Bank. और यहाँ पे again focus is on poverty reduction and livelihoods, on gender and social inclusion, क्योंकि ये एक ऐसा भी सेक्टर है जहाँ पे महिलाओं का इतना योगदान नहीं है अभी, तो हमारी कोशिश रहती है कि महिलाओं को भी उस वर्कफोर्स में लाया जाए. क्लाइमेट रेजिलियंस, क्योंकि हम आज के टाइम में वो इम्पैक्ट देख रहे हैं. पहले सिर्फ ईस्टर्न साइड में इंडिया में साइक्लोन्स आते थे, अब वेस्टर्न कोस्ट में भी we've seen some of the cyclones brewing up and we've gone through some of them in last few years as well. एंड फाइनेंसिंग को आप कैसे अपने डेवलपमेंट के लिए यूज करते हैं, इकोनॉमी के लिए यूज करते हैं. सो दीज हैव बीन आवर फोकस एरिया एंड द पिलर्स आर लिस्टेड हियर. सो ग्लोबली जितने भी हमारे ऑपरेशंस हैं उससे हमें कुछ सीख मिली है जो मैं आपके साथ आज शेयर करना चाहूंगी कि एक इंटीग्रेटेड रीजनल अप्रोच जो है वो काफी बेटर है, क्योंकि कभी कभी हम क्या होते हैं एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव बाउंड्रीज में थोड़ा बाउंड हो जाते हैं, लेकिन अगर आपको लॉन्ग टर्म सोचना है और एक विजन को पाना है विच इज फॉर गुजरात 1 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी एंड फॉर इंडिया लाइक बीइंग अ डेवलप्ड नेशन बाय 2047, तो आपको एक होलिस्टिक क्रॉस सेक्टोरल इंटीग्रेटेड अप्रोच की जरूरत होती है. आइटरेटिव लर्निंग, बेसिकली डू एज यू लर्न एंड लर्न एज यू डू. आपको बार बार सीखते रहना पड़ेगा, दूसरों से सीखना पड़ेगा, अपने जो लेसन्स है वो दूसरों के साथ शेयर करने पड़ेंगे और कैपेसिटी बिल्ड करनी पड़ेगी, क्योंकि ये कुछ नए एरियाज हैं जिसमें कंटिन्यूअस लर्निंग की जरूरत पड़ती है. लोकल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूशंस की इसमें बहुत भागीदारी है एंड ठाकर जी ने भी इसके बारे में बताया कि कैसे वो आपके इकोनॉमिक ambitions को scale up करने में help करते हैं local institutions. And in India, through our ICZMP project, we've established National Coastal for Sustainable Fisheries as well. And वो science-based research करते हैं और क्या मतलब किन चीज़ों में potential है वो आपके सामने लाए जाते हैं. एंड पार्टिसिपेटरी प्लानिंग, दैट मीन्स कि आपको सबको साथ लेके चलना पड़ेगा. आपको फार्मर्स, जो फिश फार्मर्स हैं उनको साथ लेके चलना पड़ेगा, कम्युनिटीज को साथ लेके चलना पड़ेगा, पॉलिसी मेकर्स, प्राइवेट सेक्टर, ग्लोबल इंस्टीट्यूशंस, एवरीवन हैज टू कम टुगेदर टू अटेन दैट गोल. साइंस बेस्ड डिसीजन मेकिंग ऑलरेडी मेंशन्ड. और ये जो अब हम रेजिलियंस की बात करते हैं, ये शॉर्ट टर्म एजेंडा नहीं है. इसको आप 3 साल में 5 साल में अचीव नहीं कर पाएंगे. एक लॉन्ग टर्म एंगेजमेंट की जरूरत है. एंड यू ऑल्सो नीड अ पीरियोडिक रिपोर्टिंग एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग सो दैट कि आप अडेप्ट कर सकें अगर आप मतलब उस राह से थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे चल रहे हैं तो. नाउ अनदर टॉपिक दैट जो मैं इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहूंगी, पूरा तरीके से बात नहीं कर पाऊंगी इस पे आज, लेकिन कार्बन मार्केट भी एक एनेबलर हो सकता है रेजिलिएंट ब्लू इकोनॉमी में, क्योंकि जैसे मैंने बताया था अगर आप सेम एरिया लेते हैं उसमें फॉरेस्ट से कहीं ज्यादा 3 से 4 गुना ज्यादा आपका अगर हम सीवीड या मैंग्रोव्स देखें उनका पोटेंशियल होता है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को स्टोर करने का. दैट मीन्स कि सेम यूनिट एरिया से आप बेटर मतलब प्राइस ले सकते हैं इन कार्बन मार्केट्स. इट हैज को बेनिफिट्स, क्योंकि अगर आप मैंग्रोव्स लगाते हैं मिटिगेशन पर्पस की वजह से, इट ऑल्सो हैज कोस्टल प्रोटेक्शन. वो आपका अगर कोई भी सी लेवल राइज से आपको बचाएगा, सी इरोजन से बचाएगा. when there is landing around these areas, then the damages जो होते हैं वो काफी कम होते हैं. और ये एविडेंस मतलब इंडिया में भी है और ग्लोबली भी है. और ये जो हमारे बेसिकली पब्लिक गुड हैं उनकी वाइबिलिटी को बढ़ाता है, उनकी फाइनेंशियल वाइबिलिटी को बढ़ाता है, क्योंकि इट्स जस्ट लाइक अ चेरी ऑन द केक. इट्स नॉट अ सिल्वर बुलेट बट इट हेल्प्स यू विद ब्रिंगिंग इन मोर फाइनेंसिंग टू द एरियाज जहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट का जनरली काफी रोल रहता है. और ये सिर्फ आपका मैंग्रोव, सीवीड या फिर फिशरीज रिलेटेड सेक्टर से नहीं है, इट फिट्स इनटू द होल ब्लू इकोनॉमी चेन. तो जैसे हमने ट्रांसपोर्ट की बात की थी, अगर आप क्लीनर ट्रांसपोर्ट यूज करेंगे, फ्यूल शिफ्ट करेंगे, दैट इज ऑल्सो एलिजिबल फॉर कार्बन मार्केट्स. अगर आप डीकार्बनाइजेशन एफर्ट डालते हैं, एफिशिएंसी इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं, वो भी आपके कार्बन मार्केट्स के लिए एलिजिबल होते हैं. अगर आप इम्प्रूव्ड सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट प्रैक्टिसेस अडॉप्ट करते हैं, वो भी मतलब इसमें बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज जो हमारे पूरे ब्लू इकोनॉमी एजेंडा में है वो कार्बन मार्केट्स के लिए एलिजिबल है. एंड आई फील दैट मतलब ये स्ट्रैटेजिक क्यों है गुजरात के लिए या इंडिया के लिए, क्योंकि हमारे पास ऑलरेडी हम एक नेशनल कार्बन मार्केट फ्रेमवर्क डेवलप कर रहे हैं विच इज कॉल्ड इंडियन कार्बन मार्केट, which focuses on अभी आपके इंडस्ट्रीज, some of the industries. कोस्टल इकोसिस्टम को आप वैसे भी मतलब बहुत मॉनिटरिंग की जरूरत है. तो दैट मीन्स इफ यू आर ऑलरेडी कलेक्टिंग अ लॉट ऑफ डेटा, that monitoring, reporting, verification can help you access the carbon markets. And जैसे कि बाकी पहले पैनलिस्ट ने बताया कि हमारे पास एक काफी बड़ा कोस्ट लाइन है, हम वी हैव वेरी गुड इंस्टीट्यूशनल कैपेसिटी, दैट कैन बी एनहांस्ड, एंड एक्टिव प्राइवेट सेक्टर है, क्योंकि कार्बन मार्केट को जनरेट करने के लिए भी चाहिए और खरीदने के लिए भी चाहिए, तो यू हैव a good private sector participation in the state, and it basically I would leave you with the last line कि it's not the silver bullet I would say, but अगर आप robust MRV systems लगाते हैं, अगर आपके पास environmental social safeguards है और benefit sharing है, क्योंकि on ground काम आपके communities करेंगे, so if there is a good benefit sharing mechanism, then this can help generate more revenue for the state and for the communities. I will end there. These are my details. Please feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Malik from the World Bank, for your plan and for sharing knowledge. We have with us Mr. Prudvi Sankar, investment analyst from International Finance Corporation. Over to you, sir.
The Additional Chief Secretary, Sir, Commissioner, Sir, and other dignitaries in the room. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for this opportunity. Today, I am from International Finance Corporation, IFC, which is part of the World Bank Group and takes care of the private sector investments across the globe. Today here, we are to discuss about the blue finance and IFC's guidelines specifically in blue finance, which is first of its kind. And thirdly, about what is the relevance for these guidelines and blue finance for Gujarat. And there are a couple of case studies which I have from the world, which can probably look at applying in Gujarat. Firstly, what are blue finance? Blue finance is basically, while we have talked a lot about the blue economy and the ocean economy, blue finance is about mobilizing funds to facilitate the ocean related activities. While we say ocean related activities, it also covers various other water related activities, which is a very broader term, right? So there are multiple products in which we can raise finance for blue finance. One could be the loans, which are called the blue loans, and the other could be the bonds, which are called the blue bonds. There are other modes of raising finance also, which are called the funds, the blue funds, and the blue platforms, which are still evolving in the country. The blue markets and the blue bond markets is really $15.25 billion, and most of it is coming from the emerging markets like India and Latin America, while the blue loans market is of $6.3 billion, which is about 55,000 crores, and 50% of this is been raised in the last 1 year, indicating that there is a huge potential for the blue finance. And why do we need a separate tag for blue finance? Is that it is a specific area for us to identify and focus to define what are the categories that will be eligible for blue finance. And definitely, ultimately, it's about getting more investor attraction. It also helps in monitoring and reporting the impact that we are creating with the blue activities. In this background, IFC is the first institution under the guidance of the World Bank Group to launch the Blue Finance Guidelines. These guidelines have been adopted by various corporates and governments to draft their guidelines. For instance, the Sri Lanka government and also the Philippines government has used IFC's guidelines to come up with their blue finance taxonomies. So the guidelines primarily is built on two fundamental principles, which is SDG, Sustainable Development Goals 6 and 14, which says that which addresses basically the clean water and sanitation aspects and also the life below water. IFC has made $2 billion of investment so far in blue activities, This is in the private sector investments. I would specifically highlight that. And in India, there is a $50 million of investment which is given to Axis Bank, which is the first blue investment by IFC in the country. The blue finance is basically built on this framework of three aspects. One, uh, align it with the United Nations sustainability goals, which is about clean water sanitation and life below water. And the second is about limited risks to other factors. I was talking to a fisheries officer yesterday, and he was telling, sir, environment की मामले में एक तोड़ के दूसरा बनाने में क्या फायदा है? And this is what it says, absolutely, right? That you should, while we develop blue activity, we should not simultaneously destroy other environmental and social aspects. And the third aspect of this is we should be aligning with some global standards and guidelines to ensure that there is a global acceptance of all these activities. And the guidelines also says it should be addressing the pollution prevention aspect and conservation of natural resources and biodiversity along with the climate change. So coming to the guidelines has four aspects. One, defining what are the eligible projects. The guidelines divides this, classifies, there are 6 buckets under which the blue economy broadly fits into, right? One is about the water management, and second is about the ocean friendly products and biotechnology chemicals related. The third is transport and shipping. Fourth is fisheries and aquaculture. Fifth, the habitat restoration and protection of coastal diversity. And sixth, the last is the tourism and most important one. While, for example, to say about fisheries and aquaculture, we talk about the investments or the projects should be certified by international organizations like ASC or MSC, which has the Aquaculture Stewardship Council or the Marine Stewardship Councils. It also takes care of the cold chain and storage facilities and further processing and value addition to these products, which are other speakers spoke about a while before. These are just an illustrative list of activities eligible under Blue Finance, but there is a very broad list that can be added to the list. And the second most important aspect is about the impact reporting. While we do all the good work, it is very important that we communicate this impact to the world out there. So it means that we select right indicators in terms of defining what we are doing and what is the impact that is achieved. For example, when we say we have a certification criteria put in place, so we talk about how much percentage of overall fishery production is certified under that certificates. And when we are putting a water treatment capacity, it is about what is the water that is processed through this treatment facility. And when we say we have facilitated the water availability to n number of people, it is about quantification of the number of households or the families which are benefited from this and also the jobs created because of that. And its significance to Gujarat, I mean, like all the speakers have mentioned, we are all on the same page of acknowledging Gujarat's contribution to the country's blue economy. Gujarat may be on the west of the country, but it is center to the blue economy, and it will drive a lot of changes, I'm sure. So with the largest coastline, Gujarat has a very diverse coastal projects, including the industrial and fisheries. And the fisheries contribute 20% of India's total marine production, while the ports contribute 40% of the ports cargo for India. And need not mention about the Alang ship recycling yard, which is world famous. And the other upcoming areas of tourism and offshore wind energy, the renewable projects, etc. I mean, all of us know about what is happening in the Gujarat in the space, right? Now, based on our learnings from the globe, these are few enablers of blue finance, which probably can be looked at from a Gujarat perspective. One, having a blue taxonomy. Blue taxonomy is nothing but having a blue guidelines for the state. The guidelines help to clearly define what are the activities that are blue and also prioritize those activities for investors. This will help investors globally, like ESG funds or the climate finance investors, to easily attract and make investments in the country and in the state. The second is about develop blue finance instruments. Like I said in the beginning, the financial instruments can be in the form of loans, or can be in the form of bonds, or it can be in the form of funds and platforms. Funds and platforms essentially are the government setting aside some amount of money which will be deployed for blue activities over the period of 5 to 10 years. And the third is institutionalizing blue approach, which includes giving permissions, approvals, and which include sustainable practices and aligning with the global standards. It also includes enabling eco certifications and digital traceabilities, aligning with global practices, like as mentioned before me by the other speakers. And fourth is about the data monitoring and reporting, which I would like to highlight that this is the most important thing which most of the institutions miss out on. While we do all the good work, again, it is very important to track this, monitor this. This is because to demonstrate the work that we have done, and also to bring investor confidence in the process and the governance mechanisms that we have in place. With this, I would like to also introduce you to the couple of studies which we have, a couple of cases of investments which IFC has done globally. One is about the $50 million loan which IFC has given in Brazil. This is towards water supply system and sewage treatment capacity. The second is a 150 million blue bond which is done in Colombia. It apart from the waste supply and sewage water treatment, it also addresses the catchment protection and releasing of pollutants into the oceans and river basins, which is one more critical area for the state. The third one is about the Indorama Ventures, a blue loan, which is about plastic recycling and plastic processing without releasing it into the oceans and causing water pollutions. The fourth is about having an electric ferries between Uruguay and Argentina, which having a less climate impact on less impact on the climate. So I mean, overall, blue finance is something which has started off in the recent past and has a very great potential in converting building the ocean economy across the globe. I mean, Gujarat has already been doing and started off with a great work, and this is something which the government, along with the World Bank Group, can really work in building the next few steps for the country to move forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shankar. Can we have now the signing of the MOU between, I would request the Commissioner of Fisheries, Sri Vijay Kharadi, and from Tirupati Exports, Yogesh Bhai Solanki, to sign the MOU, please. To exchange, I beg your pardon, to exchange the MOU. Congratulations and thank you so much. Can we quickly have the kit distribution to our distinguished guests here, please, at the panel? Please. I request Sri Mehul Thanki ji, Deputy Director Fisheries, to kindly give his vote of thanks to us.
नमस्कार, आज के इस गुजरात एट द 2047 अनलॉकिंग द पोटेंशियल ऑफ रेजिलिएंट ब्लू इकोनॉमी का सेशन जब पूर्णता पर है, तो मैं मंचस्थ सभी महानुभावों का अपने योगदान मार्गदर्शन के लिए आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। मत्स्योद्योग प्रभाग गुजरात सरकार की ओर से आदरणीय श्री अरुण कुमार सोलंकी सर, आभार सर। आदरणीय श्री एसपी टक्कर सर, आदरणीय श्री सागर मेहरा सर, आदरणीय कमिश्नर श्री खराड़ी सर, आदरणीय श्री अनिल कुमार सर, मिस नू यंग, आदरणीय श्री विवेक प्रसाद जी, एंड आदरणीय श्री पृथ्वी शंकर जी। थैंक यू।
Can I request all the guests for a group picture, please? And also there will be lunch at the second floor for all of you. Just note that, please. Thank you so much.